Hey, Celestine here. Now I know I haven't watched Plain Caroline's latest video, but I'm going to share some good things about our governor, Kathy Hochul. Now I know that summer school's over, the first summer school session, senior year of college. I did the Wizard of Oz project. I don't really like how some of my colleagues think about her as the Wicked Witch of the West. Anyway, when it comes to bail reform, they're going to disagree with me so much, they're going to Plain Caroline might post a tweet saying, I thought you were my friend, or not really, because I'm not sure if he considers me a friend, but might post like the same thing as what happened when Andy's Randomness was posting about Mineola. But don't want to get into that business, so I'm saying that Kathy Hochul is going to be a great choice because Lee Zeldin is a Trumper. Even for somebody who doesn't support bail reform like Plain Caroline, Kathy Hochul is the better choice because Lee Zeldin will make it less safe with his conservative extremes, even if you don't support bail reform. Now, I do support bail reform. It doesn't really make much of a difference from when it wasn't around. It just makes it a little easier for some who can't afford it. Can't afford bail. And these people that get back on the streets, they go through court again. Not like they're on the streets forever. But then there's the whole thing that's going a little too slow. According to Kathy Hochul, it's getting the mental health systems ready to replace the prisons in the city. That's what they should do. We need more hotels, but we need them to have some sort of supervision that still gives people freedom, but it would make things safer for everyone. Still gives them the freedom they deserve, though. The people who used to be in prison. But will give them the help they need to prevent crime in the future. That's my view. I've said it multiple times. And Kathy Hochul does care about transportation. The proof is with the Triborough Express. Maybe she's not treating Long Island fairly with cheap switches, but that was before her time, so maybe she'll fix them and fix the problem, since all the stuff that started was before her time as governor. So let's go Kathy Hochul. And here we are at the Westchester version equivalent of Herricks Boulevard. That's where, before the platforms were put in place at Mineola, that's where the third track ended. At least the part that stretched from Maryland Avenue, which is back there, to Herricks Road. This right here is the playground I used to play at as a kid, the one at Herricks. And hopefully Kathy Hochul will help bring a statewide transit system to play. Okay, so I gotta get out. Somebody's swearing out there. First thing. This is not the way I usually go down, just to be emergency. Or being slow. Only been stung once. This will eventually lead to the pathway I go back home. Who knows, I might see a wabbit, since they're very common. So Hochul needs to get both the mental shelters that decriminalize people, and the transportation right then should be all set for being one of the best governors. I mean, one thing I would say is that I really want to be friends with Andy's randomness, but he's still very conservative and believes in the Republican stuff even after Trump. I'm not saying I don't want to be friends with you, but I just need to be, we just need to settle our differences if we're going to be friends, Andy Pollock. I mean, I really do feel bad for him being working class, and that disability that keeps him working less often means he can't afford to live without his parents paying the rent or the bills. I just feel bad for him. Sorry. I also think the bus redesigns, the people in New York City are taking it way too seriously about like how it's eliminating certain stops, when it's a whole lot worse in Suffolk County with bus stops, and even without a redesign, it's a whole lot worse in Westchester than with the redesign in New York City. There's still way less stops in the suburbs than in the city, even with the redesigns of buses. I'm sure there's a need for accessible buses nearby, but there also is in the suburbs too. And I do support the 125th Street busway. No cars, maybe trucks. We just can't make too many of them like that. Like 42nd Street, for example, we can't make like that. It would be too much. I think 14th Street and the 14th Street and the 125th Street should be it. And it's my stages towards living independent are going to be apparent as soon as I move out, soon getting closer and closer to being able to do that. Yeah. Some of my friends say I should live in lowercase h Hicksville. You know what that means by the lowercase letter. It'll be close to a lot of stuff at the city. There's a lot of listings there. There's the Galleria and a lot of stores nearby. And trains run from Hicksville straight all the way to Harlem 125th Street on Metro North. Now this has turned more into a Drake Talks from the beginning when compared to the talk about politics with Kathy Hochul. I may delay posting this video until I'm done watching Pine Paralyzer rant. It's probably going to be a good rant. He usually doesn't post this stuff anymore. Oh, and that reminds me, I should talk more about the stuff he doesn't post on the way back up the hill. Now this is the circle that goes in the same clockwise direction I'm taking that Pine Paralyzer takes across from Mineola to Babylon to Belmore to Rockville Center to Hempstead to Mineola. That's the same circle that I'm referring to. Is similar because they're both clockwise circles. Now it's nearing 10 minutes, so I'm going to say goodbye.